Hello and welcome to Space Engineers. That was really loud. Sorry about that. Hello and welcome to Space Engineers. This isn't the usual Sunday stream. We are going to be taking a look at what happens on Sundays and kind of retooling some things due to the circumstances of life getting in the way of things and people not always being available, which is just how things go sometimes. So we're going to try and refactor the Sunday stream to be something that works for everybody, but we'll just see where we go from here. So in the meantime, I need to finish this ship. This is Stellar Garage, by the way, Rumble Strip, not Designated Survivors. Welcome, by the way, Mr. Rumble Strip, and whoever else is watching. Yeah, so we're doing Stellar Garage. I need to finish this ship so that I can start a new solo series with it. So what better time to continue working on it than right now? So, yeah, so apologies for the late kind of switch. I did post it in the Discord. If you get the updates that are in the Discord. But anyway, we have to finish up the front here and finish up the back. Now, we had tried to make the back airtight. That's the reason the back kind of looks stupid right now. I was just thinking, what if we, because last time we had talked about putting cargo on the sides as like pods, kind of, and as I was thinking about that after the stream, I was thinking like, how big, can I push that, there we go. How big would this have to be? Like, if we were to make it like a pod, like, you know, as part of it, I wouldn't really be able to armor around it. It would have to end up being part of the structure of the ship, I think. Yeah, maybe we'd be able to armor around it a little bit if we did this. I'd have to figure out how we were going to fit it in. But then I was thinking, like, well, what if we put it out the back here like this and just... Then we could put the thrusters on the side of it. You know, it would help, because we've got our, like, hallway for the, you know, these things already stick back so far, so, like, why not fit it in? But now I'm thinking, hey, why not both, right? We can just do both. So if we put it... Hi, you're welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh yeah, I actually had that thought as well, Rumble Strip. When I was first talking about this ship, I was talking about putting folding wings on it so that it would look cool in atmosphere. And maybe we should actually do that. That would give us a good opportunity to kind of engineer some sort of a mechanism. You know how much I love to engineer a mechanism. So what if we gave ourselves one block and then put that there, and then now our back door is basically right there, and then we could just fill this side spot in with whatever. Sure. Hopefully you didn't go to the wrong stream. I did move the dates, and I did post about it, but I know not everybody sees everything, so... I should maybe think about posting, like, community notes and stuff on YouTube more often. Oh, that's true. How'd you get the #1 hat already? I don't understand the algorithm. Alright, so we're going to just cover this over once again. And put some heavy armor on top. And then we'll figure out how to make this look good later. So in theory, I think that should make us airtight again? No, definitely not. Oh, I should probably... Oh yeah, no, this isn't the bottom. There's a whole nother... No, that is the bottom layer. Yeah. Yeah, I should put some heavy armor on the bottom, but maybe we'll just do that later. Alright, I think that should make the back of this cube airtight again. Let's find out. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. So, if we were... You got... That's, what would we do with these big engine pods now? So the next co-op episode, here's what's going to happen. It looks like... It looks like Nitro is not going to be available to stream with us on Sundays anymore, which has kind of been the thing that we've been working through for the past few weeks. So, DNA and I will probably come back next weekend with a new thing, with Designated Survivors. And then we're also looking for potentially streaming something else together as well. So we'll see where we go with that. I don't want to get rid of Designated Survivors. It's a really cool series, and we just finished building the Eagle 5 in the world. And so we plan on going to in the next episode, plan on going to Alien Planet. So, or maybe Pertam. I'll think about it. Actually, I was thinking Alien Planet, but maybe Pertam will be good. I don't know. Are you having trouble with the internet again? Rumble strip. But anyway, so the world that I want to use this in, the next series, is going to be on Titan. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was looking for something in my office and I just happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye. The next series will be on Titan, and it will involve this ship, and that's all I'm going to say about it for now. But we got to make the ship look good first. Got to make it look good first. So, I was thinking, so it's going to be pretty easy to embed thrusters in the sides. We don't need a lot of thrusters on top, but there's plenty of room to embed more thrusters. We're using these consolidated whatevers, which are pretty cool. So I might just go ahead. We're going to slot some small cargo into some of these extra spots. Some of these extra spots we're going to leave open for things like event controllers and stuff. This is going to be kind of a bare bones ship to a degree. And in the survival series, we will kind of build it out to be what we need it to be. But it'll have the basics. It's got the food processor, and it's got a little bit of eligibility. So, okay, so what if we did? Man, I'm really bad at, I wanted to do, okay, because last time Rumblescript was like, oh, it's kind of like a bird of prey, and I don't know how he saw that, but I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool to have, like, some sloping wings on it that folded up? Not that just moved up, but that kind of, like, folded when it's in space, and then could, unfold for planetary whatnot. So, doesn't necessarily have to merge block together, and I actually think it would be difficult to merge block together in the way that I'm thinking of it. I think your potato mod is in this world, actually. No, it's not. Is it? I think I did put it in this world. I don't know why I did that, but I saw when I loaded this world, it was like, oh, there's a potato VIX update. So for those of you who don't know, Ire now has his own potato mod. If you would like to grow potatoes and potato-based foods, meals, you can get that, as well as the engineered coffee, the mod, to get coffee-based stuff. And it works really well with my farmhand script. And now there's apparently soup. So, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking for wings. How big do I want wings to be? And where do I want them to be? So if they were... Let's see, if we really want them to truly stow themselves for space, we would probably want them to, like, fold up, and, like, maybe be double hinged. I don't want them to be too big because then it gets too difficult to, like, rotate the ship because the gyros have to work against that extra mass, but I kind of do think it would be cool to have some sort of something. So if we were to put a hinge, like... There's two ways I could do this. I could make them using sloped blocks like this. Because I want them to kind of angle down a little bit. I don't want them to stick straight out. So I could either do sloped blocks like this, where we end up with them fully merged in, and then disconnect the merge and fold them up. Or I could do them with solid straight blocks and then just have the hinges angle them down a little bit. And then it would be different. We wouldn't be able to just merge them. We might be able to mag plate them or something in position, but we wouldn't be able to actually merge them. If we did this, if we did it with these, then we kind of run into the issue of, like, if I wanted it to be kind of sloped on one side, then it's harder to do that on the opposite side. Like, we don't have a good way to translate this unless the wings flip over, and then they're like this on the opposite side. But we don't have a good way to, let's see, to my knowledge, we don't have a good story for having them be this way. But maybe we could. Maybe we could. Okay, let's try it. Let me try some things here. If we... Yeah, this is going to be difficult because I'm not going to be able to... You know what? Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build them on the grid first, and then we'll slice them off because I won't have the mirroring ability. And it's going to be really annoying to do this twice. So we could just make them on one side and then slice them off, and then attach them on the hinge, basically. I think that might be the best way to do it. So if we had something like... Actually, let me put this out a little further. I'm not going to hit those things right now, I don't think so. Oh, my washing machine is playing. You can't hear it, I'm sure. But it is playing the song of its people, which is that the wash is done. Alright, I want to basically flip this, and I think the way we have to do that is with... Maybe we do like one of these, do like 3, and then do it again. This is where I wish I would have, like, taken the time to, like, look at some other people's wings and see what people have done in the past. Okay, because then we could do this. Alright, something like that. Oh, now we're looking Star Trek-y. If I don't disconnect those. Oh, heck, should we just make it look Star Trek-y instead of having actual moving wings? Oh, okay. No. Grumble Strip, here's what we're doing. We're not going to do wings. We're going to make moving nacelles. That's what we're going to do. They're going to be kind of wingy, though. They're going to be kind of wingy. I don't know why I would do this, to be honest, but... Did I see the #1 weekly workshop ship? I did not. Who got it this time? Alright, I want... Let's see, I think I want... I'm going to keep on going with the wing idea here for a bit. Was it the Enterprise? Is it good? Is it a good Enterprise? How do I want to do this split on the underside here? Is this gonna do what I wanted to do, or did I just mess this up? No, that's what I wanted it to do. Yeah, okay. I think it's too long though, but that's okay. Guess I'm gonna keep going like that. Oh, what's gonna go there? Do I actually need... Is this actually what I need? I think this is probably what I need. Get rid of you. I don't know. Alright, and then this kicks off. This just kind of stays flat at this point and then starts to do this. Odyssey class? Oh, okay. You know what? Hang on a second. Quick pause. Steam Workshop. I gotta go look. Odyssey is the Enterprise F from originally from Star Trek Online and then from the Picard show. Let's see. Oh, it actually, hang on a second. I have a default for top mods. That's what my bookmark is most popular mods of the week. And look what we have right here. Look what we have right there. Okay, anyway. Blueprint. Oh, this looks like the kind of thing that was probably put into Blender and then exported, but dang. That looks really... Oh, you just like walk up into it? This seems like not to scale. I don't want to get demonetized with your music. Oh! Oh, it's got the Aquarius on the back. Oh, that might be to scale then. They did a good job. Well, I mean, this kind of... It looks very Space Engineers-y, of course, because it's Space Engineers, but that's cool. Can I make this bigger? Oh, there's a runabout in the shuttle bay. Yep, sick bay. Man. Well, that is quite good. Subgrids, many. Yeah. I wonder if that Aquarius does the nacelle transformation thing. That's very cool. That is very cool. If this isn't one of those like, oh, and it's got the captain's yacht. Wow. Okay. Yeah, if this isn't one of those Blender to SE export things, this must have taken them forever to get this shape, because that's just crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. It's nuts. Alright, anyway. back to my thing. I don't want to be relative. All right, I need... These transitions are going to be fun, aren't they? Whatever. There we go. Oop. Oh, you are not the correct transition there, are you? Yep. Alright, so I guess now it's just a question of how far do I want this to carry on here? How big do I want this wing to be? What goes here? I bet you don't go there. Oh no, maybe you do go there. This is a... Okay. And then over yonder. It kind of feels like at this point I could just slice this up. Oh, that's not going to be... How did I mess this up? There's always something with this. Oh, because I rotated the blocks from there. That makes sense. That makes sense. So this should go... Alright, if we were keeping it like that, excuse me, if we were keeping it like that, then on the back side, yeah, this is where it's going to get... No good way to do this, is there? Did I just take the exact same shape? I just flipped this around and then did the exact same thing. Okay, so this should actually be different. What should this be? This should go. Let's see. We have it currently that way, so it should go. And then go. Like that. That is how it should go. That's cute, Rumplestrap. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you and your puppy. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of not liking this moving wing, like trying to make the wing itself sloped. I think it might be easier to... do just a straight wing. But yeah, now I think I've decided that we're not going to do the wings at all. We're just going to... We're going to do something that's more like a giant, like an engine block or something. I think it would be nice to put maybe a docking port right here. These are, pretty sure these are, yeah, those are conveyors right above the reactor. That would be nice. All right, do I want engines? Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, warp nacelles of sorts. They could have thrusters in them. Or they could just be for decoration. I don't want them to be that big that they would fit the jump drives in them. So I'm thinking this, okay? When we are on the ground, they're going to kind of go like this, like runabout style, and they'll kind of be on the side. Then when we go to space, let me not do that. When we go to space, then they'll be more like, this is exaggerated, but then they'll be more like that. You know, like they can go up and kind of stick out above the ship. And then when they're in atmosphere or on the ground, they kind of go down and maybe rest on the ground. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, is we're going to just put a whole bunch of small cargos around. So what I'm kind of thinking is obviously we're going to need some hinges. I did want the back to have big thrust, a couple of big thrusters on the back, not like the big ones, but some of the flat ones, but like 4 of them or something like that. Yeah, I was thinking double hinges, but now I'm thinking piston and hinge might actually be the way to go. If we could bury a, let's see, where would we bury the, yeah, we've got like alongside this block right here. And if we fill that in, we could just do like piston, I might have to change this slightly. There we go. Let's make this. This should still be airtight if I do this. Alright, and then if we did like piston, can I, how easy is it to push? Oh, okay, wait, hold on. So then we did, or we would do, let me think about that. Is that what I want to do? Hold on. I know, now nothing is going to be mirroring on the other side. In fact, we've got a rogue thing over there anyway, but we'll have to merge this together. But I'm thinking like this becomes our okay, and then we just kind of rest. Oh yeah, I can't. That makes sense. But so then we would go. Okay, and then our pod is like maybe something like this. Okay, that's gonna be that would be like our engine pod when it's down, and then we would that take? That take. Okay, so the piston would not go up that high, but yeah, like that would kind of be the idea, is that we would get the probably just high enough to be just above the thing there, and then we could have a merge block somewhere along here that it could merge into when it is up, and then another merge block that it could merge into when it is down. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. And then we would just cargo access into the sides, which should be pretty easy to do. Because I believe we have cargo. Let's see, we have cargo running to there. We could just come down through the bottom and then into it. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. So then we just need to design kind of a thruster pod looking thing. Now the problem is currently that these things are right here. So we would have to probably have our merge blocks be further back. Which I think makes sense, because this will probably be fairly long. If we make it symmetrical, then I could just copy it and paste it on the other side, which would be nice. Let's see if we get rid of you, get rid of you, then we could put like a how far forward and back should we align ourselves here? We could maybe make it so that when it's down, it kind of aligns. Let's see, it's going to align to there. Let's see. If we... Yeah, see, part of the problem is if I go here, then we will be... I won't be able to armor over most of this. Oh, actually, no, that's not true at all. Because we could just do this. And then it'll just rest on top of that. In fact, we could probably put a merge block, like, right there. So, where's my... Give me a hinge part. I didn't put that there. Where are you at? Like, right there. Does this matter which way it goes? I don't think it does. Oops. Oh, nope. Nope. Thank you. Sorry. Alright, so... at some point, I'll just make all of these things work identically, but let me bring this back down. Then we're going to have to... Oh, ow. Yeah, we'll leave like a little space like that in between. Okay. So that's where we'll land. And then what if we... Do you think it would be a problem if we made this... I don't want to make... Do I want to make this out of heavy armor? Not really. Do we think it would be a problem if we changed this to be like this? Would it have trouble scooching up and down? Maybe. Let's not bother with it then. Let's just do... let's do something like... So let's see, I was thinking something like this, but that's not going to match up with that. It's the opposite. I was hoping that I could just kind of make it look like it fit in there, but then I don't know that it would all actually go up. Let's see, we could maybe make it... Let's see. If we were to build this out this way, how would we potentially... How could we potentially make this match up? I mean, I guess it could just... Maybe just do that. It doesn't have to really match up, does it? Yeah, I guess it doesn't really have to match up. It could just rest like that, and then this would just be its own little... Like, I don't know, something. I don't know. We'll figure something out with that. But yeah, then this here we could continue our whatever we were gonna do along the side here. I don't even know. And it would just end right here. I don't think that's how I want that to end up. I think I want to keep the something going with that. Keep the something going. Yeah, we could fill that bottom piece in there. Yeah, you're right. Because that'll merge onto that. So we would have to... we'd have to change everything underneath here to be more like... well, I guess more like this. That shouldn't merge. That should be fine. It's going to look more like a battle star now that I think about it. When it's down. But that shouldn't merge, I don't think. And as long as we keep... Oh, well, here it'll be a problem. Yep. Let's see. That should be okay. And then we'll figure out what we're doing up here. That should also be okay. So if we put our merge block like in one of these. No, I'd rather have the merge block kind of back here. So... let's think this through now as opposed to later. So we're probably going to have to do like a... let's not do this right up against it. Let's do it one back, in case I want to leave a little extra space right there. I don't know how I let all of you talk me into this idea that I had. Yeah, so this is not going to be perfectly symmetrical. Let's see, what's going to be the problem here? Oh, I think I know. Well, wait, is it because the piston is all the way retracted? Is that the problem? I think if we were to move this up one, I betcha, or move the piston down one. I don't think we can move the piston down one. So this might have to reside a level higher, which wouldn't be the worst thing. Alright, let's get rid of you. And let's take this thing up. And we're just going to leave that like that. Alright, let's just put the merge block. YouTube's struggling again. This isn't T-Mobile's fault. This is YouTube's fault. Is it going to recover? We'll find out. Sorry if the stream is getting choppy. Alright. Easiest way to measure what the thing here is going to be, what the height is going to be, is just to merge this back down and then see what the height is. Oh, the bitrate is really bad. Oh, great. Alright, so hopefully that recovers. Nothing I can do about it. Oh, it's the velocity. We are at 2.24 is the min. So we'll just say 2.24. Okay, looks like the bitrate is recovering. Good. Okay. Let's do the same thing with this one so I don't forget. Cool. And I think let's give you a lower limit of 90 as well. Okay, so that'll actually be where we reside, which gives us a lot more flexibility in what we do here. This could be... This part under here could just be, like, almost just like a mirror of that. It doesn't even really have to touch anything. So, and then I could make this thing look how I want, because they will not touch. So we could, yeah, we could change that back too. We could do, what was I using here? I was using these, which look pretty good. I might use those on the nacelle as well. Alright, so this is not how this is going to look. We need this to be a bit thicker. So if this is going to rest on the... Let's see, I don't think I actually want this to rest on the ground itself. Oh, you know what? I also do need to pipe it if I'm going to actually do this. This is going to be, as long as we're merged in right now. If I get rid of... Ooh. If I get rid of this hinge part, will I be able to place a new one while it's merged? Yes, because I could just pull that piston down again. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Let's do that. We're going to have to change your thing back to 0. We're going to do the same thing over here. Alright. We're going to get rid of... let's see. I don't want to lose both sides here, so... Not what I wanted to do. There we go. That should hold... Oh, here, let's just do that. That should hold everything in place while I do this. I think. Alright, I bet you there's just a whole bunch of nonsense hanging out on this side, huh? Yep. Okay, so we need... like armored, curved. So this is probably a good thing that we are staying up further, because I'm going to need to change the shape of everything that's around this to kind of match with these. Yeah, so we'll just like put that there. This is one single grid, right? Yeah. And then have to do a... we could make this... We could do this in 2 stages. Make it look a little smoother. Yep. This one. Come on. Move your body. There we go. Now... do I want to do that, or do I just want to... gonna kind of come in and come back out? Maybe that's okay. That probably is going to look just fine. Yeah, it's definitely going to look weird, but we have all these dips in and out. Maybe I should have just made it flat. I don't know. Or we could have put... well, actually, these things don't have any sort of connection on top. So, if we did... I'm doing a lot of, like, light armor when I really should have been doing heavy armor up here, but... let's see, yeah, that's the bottom. So if we did that, then we could actually do... could actually put some more... something right here, right? Yeah. Yeah, that should not merge. Like, I should be able to unmerge and be good with that. So let me put these things back in. And then let's move these things back up to where they need to be. Minimum 2.24. Reverse. Good night, Ire. Thanks for hanging out. No. Stop it. Hinge. Okay. Looks like it pulls up on the hinge a little bit. Should we go up a little bit on it? let's see, now it's a 2.32. What if we change this to 2.35? That's probably better. Let's do that. Yeah, you're not even attached at the moment. We could attach you. Couldn't we? Oh, we are attached. Oh, good. Okay. Good. So those are both attached now. Are these both going in the same direction? You're negative velocity. You are negative velocity. Okay. So then we could take out these extra supports that we don't need. Alright, so, and that one. Alright, so we are still attached. I should put these in a group. I put a control panel here so that I could see what they're doing. Because we are making all sorts of nonsense on the other side here. And I'm going to have to just clear that out when we... This is not... Excuse me, this is not going to be a copy and paste thing. This is probably going to be like an offline... I'm going to just spend the time to copy it over to the other side manually, kind of a deal. But, alright, so, I want to actually get rid of this whole bottom part. And these, all of this. Because we're going to make this look good first. Let's see. How did I do this here? I think we just did. Yeah, we just did that. Yeah, and then that sticks over the side there. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So that's going to be that. I'm not going to worry about... Actually, can you do... You can... Hang on, I need to test something. I don't have a good test for this. Never mind. Yes, you can. Okay, I was going to say, does that stick? Yeah, it definitely does. That definitely does not, though, so we should be good with that. And I don't care that the... I don't care that that block looks like that, just sticking out. This one, if we did this one like this, that would also connect. That would. Yeah, there's no way to cover that up unless I got rid of... Unless I changed how this worked here, and that's possible. That's a possibility. That we could just do that, and then this could kind of flatten into that. But I don't think it really has to, because we'll just do this straight across. You know, actually, it just occurred to me that we could yeah, if we build off the merge, if I rebuild what's already here and we build off the merge, then if I build a foundation off of the merge, once it's merged, then we'll be good. Yes, we could do that. So I only have to duplicate some of it, but I was just thinking, if we actually had the merge facing... If we had the merge facing this way, maybe here or even here with a merge sticking out a little bit, then when this thing goes up and comes down, we might be able to use the same merge block to attach up here. So why don't we try that instead? I'm going to pop that one, put one there. Because then we could maybe, if we extend this back a little bit, we could still cover that. Let me just put some blocks in. What are we looking at here? Yeah. So I think all this part is going to be the same for the most part. Yeah, okay. So maybe we'll get a little bit more there. Let me think about how this is going to... If we could go up... maybe not. Because we'd have to go... I need to see... Let's see. So yeah, if we're here, then when we rotate, it's going to be... Let's see. Can we rotate? I should probably make sure that we can rotate with the way I built this. Yeah, we should be able to. Alright, so this one would be pointing down here when we go up, which would mean, what is it even going to connect? Even if I don't do it sideways, what is it going to connect into? One moment while we do some things. Oh yeah, let me group these pistons. What is this? Port? This port side? I'll just say left and right. This is a square piston on the left. Oh, geez. Square piston on the left. Hinge, come on, hinge. Hinge on the left. Hinge on the left. Okay. Let's get a... Let's just do this one. Alright, this is going to be for... I need some groups. Hang on. Uh-oh. Did we merge on top of that right there? I think we did. I don't think we merged on top of these. I think I tested that these didn't have anything, but I think we merged... Oh, maybe not. We merged around this merge block. Maybe. Well, let's see, can I reverse my hinges or not? Yeah, we got nothing to... Okay, so these merged in somewhere. Where did we merge? Is that right there merged? That might have been the spot. I might have miscalculated that. No, I don't think so. Maybe these things do have a merge, have a point on top of them that can connect. That would be unfortunate. 'Cause yeah, that should be a dip down. All right, let's. Yep, now I hear it clanging. Move that out of the way. Did the piston just go the other way now? No. Where did we merge at? Or are we just stuck? Let's see, what are you guys positive right now? No, now you're negative. Okay, so you should be reversed again. Okay, come on now. Did this thing become... Oh, I wonder if it became a static grid. Can it... It can't. It can't. Right? It can't become a static grid. It's on pistons. Let me grab one. Became a static grid. It became a static grid. The thing that it's on... Actually, wait, is the thing that it's on a static grid? Is this thing a static... Oh, this whole thing might be a static grid. That might be the problem. Also, why are you shaking? You should be attached. Are you attached? You're detached. Okay, that was weird. That might have happened during the... you know what I think? I think this entire ship is a static grid. And I think... because I was building it, and I think it's a static grid. So, we can temporarily fix that if I just throw some thrusters in every direction, so that, and then I'll just throw some gyros on it. This is just to make sure that it doesn't fly away from me. Let's see, do I have a nice front spot I can put one? There you go. Alright. Then I have no gyros on it yet, so let's put some... Oh, put some right there. That way they can get welded back up if there's a problem. Alright, so now I should be able to convert the whole thing to a ship, and then those things shouldn't become... They should not become static grids when they connect to it. I think that's the problem. Okay, so, given that now, if we rotate... If we rotate, and this was here, I believe is how we had it, right? Because that... Oh, wait a minute. This was the one that we had that was like connected like here. Now it's just up there. So if we really wanted to do this, it would have to kind of... It would have to kind of go up and down. Which means we might want to have this thing pull itself all the way down, if possible. So that if this thing could go out one, you know, like if it could go... If we could end up with it like that, and then have one under it like that, roughly, and then it would connect to it about that high, and then our thing is sticking out. Or we could embed that down one, potentially, too. That wouldn't be the worst thing. But then we would have to, when we brought it around... Oh, no, wait. Nope. Oh, we're gonna have a problem. Oh. What did you do over here? Wait a second. What is this? Oh, there's a disconnected grid. Trying to merge. Okay, so you're trying to merge there. But shouldn't my hinges... Are they... Wait. Are my hinges spinning in opposite directions? They might be. They might be. You're going... Oh, you have no velocity. That's a problem. You are at 1. And you should be at 1. Except... why are you... Did I put these on backwards or something? They should be... Oh, I guess I did put them on backwards. No, that's right. No, I didn't put them on backwards. That's how they're supposed to go. Yes, okay. So... Never mind. I just had this on the wrong way. So, if we had, like... Instead of that being there... I know you're going to be complaining about me here. If we had something like that and it sank down to about there, I would say. Then, if we rotated these, pulled this down, yeah, I don't see a way to reuse the same merge block. Just because it won't. The same merge block here. It'd just be too weird. Because then it would have to be like there, and then it would have to be there. So unless we really had it stick out, I don't think it's worthwhile to try and reuse the same merge block. We would have to put it where... we would have to put it where... We would have to put the merge block somewhere where, when it rotates, it does hit another merge block. Or we have to have 2 merge blocks. On each, like a merge, 2 merge blocks here and 2 merge blocks on here. So we could do what I was just thinking and do like, you know, we could keep our merge block that faces here. We just have to make it, we can't do this because it won't unmerge, so we have to put it down here. Move this down. Okay. So we have to do that. I can get rid of that, and that and that. So we can keep that. And then when we go up, so everything that we had done along here should have been fine. So we go up and over. Oh, not working. What am I? I'm stuck on something. Is it this merge block? This merge block is now merged to this wall. There we go. This is probably going to have to be something else. This is a stupid amount of work for something trivial like this, but I like it. I like it. So, I guess the question is, do we even need the pistons? Or do we just need, oh, this does not fold all the way, does it? Did this have stuck out one? Or does it fold all the way? I can't. Oh, wait. No, that's... Okay. That merge block isn't even attached. Oh, silly. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's fine, I guess. That's kind of fine. So then if we did have like another merge block, let's say... what am I doing here? Let's say, just for funsies, like there and there, and we kind of went up, rotated, and then pulled back down. That's gonna be kind of weird because we're gonna have basically, well, no, it could just push up to that height. Yeah. So is that going to be a problem? That won't be a problem when we come back down because merge blocks won't merge on the wrong sides, I don't think. I'm almost positive. So, let's pull these back down. Here's what I'm thinking. Now I want to get some merge. Well, okay, let's pull it down first. Pistons down until it merges. Okay. Then what are we at now? We're at 7.31. Let's say... Oh, here, hold on. If I jiggle this a little bit, what happens? 7.33, 7.36. Let's say 7.33. Or what did I do with the other one? 7 point... No, not you. I did, like, I kind of split the difference there, didn't I? So let's say 7.34 is the max. Alright, so let's put, let's see, which ones do I want to turn off and turn on? Does it matter which set turns off and turns on? No, probably not. Let's take this one and call this merge block. I'm just gonna call it merge block L. Alright, and then if I put them on toggle, then if I turn this one off, then it should turn on, and this one should turn off. And then we could rotate this thing while we pull down the pistons. I think we have to rotate it first. Let's find out. Merge flip. Rotate. Oh, pistons are already pulling. Oh, if we do the timing right, we could do it all at once. There goes the ship. Ship moves a little bit, and then it merges. Alright, what would we need to do? We would need the hinges to turn... a little... Or do we want the pistons to move a little slower? Well, let's just keep it for now. Okay, so... merge, piston, hinge. Nope, didn't get it. Did this actually merge? Let's see, we could tell. Actually, no, I can't tell. I'm going to just leave. Yeah, so that did actually merge. That's kind of annoying. Why are they still going up? Oh, because that's not come down yet. Alright, so definitely the pistons should move a little bit slower, or the hinges should move a little bit faster. But problem is we can't have that come down and rest on top of that merge block. So it's almost like it has to stick out one. Okay, so put you in the group. Alright, let's make the... Let's see, the pistons were too fast. Let's make the pistons a little slower. Let's put them at, like... Let's just put them at 4 for now. Alright. So, we're going to say off, rotate, pistons, I think the pistons are still too fast. Or the hinges are too slow. Either one. Alright, let's try. I don't mind having that stick up like that. We could maybe do something with that to make it look less bad up there, but I don't mind. I'm not going to mind it, I don't think. Alright. Oh, now the pistons are too slow. And there goes the ship. Maybe we just have to do it in stages, you know, like pistons first, then rotors. Maybe we just do like timer blocks to kind of to change the order that they go in or something like that. We got plenty of space for timer blocks on this thing. We could do a disconnect that, start the rotors, then start the pistons a few seconds later. And then going up, we would want to do disconnect pistons and then start the rotors. So we would probably need like 4 timer blocks. That's not bad. So, disconnect, rotors, wait a few seconds, pistons. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, let's get back to, actually, yeah, since we're attached, let me see if I could duplicate what's on the opposite side here. And then, we could, at the very least, try to recreate the stuff that we need to... Let's see, so you're... Is that right? That is actually correct over there, so that's good. Alright, yeah, let me see if I could quickly duplicate what we've already built here, and then we could actually keep things mirrored. So I would just need... Let's see, did I do... I think I did tick marks out, right? Tick marks in, tick marks out. That makes sense, because they go backwards. Okay. Tick marks out. Tick marks out. We will probably have to... Probably going to have to... What? How am I going to pull that off? We're going to have to move the pistons up, I think, right? To do this. Let's just delete. for now. We could always figure that part out later. Okay, so we have a merge block on this side. As long as I don't... Let me guess, I just deleted the hinge parts on the other side, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't, because they're not connected yet. I do not have a merge block here anymore, though, because I deleted it off the other side. That was stupid. Now we should... You're attached now, right? Yeah. You're on, you're off. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Now, I guess I gotta kind of memorize how this works. What do I have on top here? I think I've got... Alright, so I've got solid, and I think everything under here is the block that I currently have out. So this is solid, solid there. And then we've got our pipe, our corner pipe, which is, do we remember which way it is? It is going to be that way. Okay. Got to be really careful. If I put the wrong block down, then I have to delete it. It's going to delete what's on the wrong side, on the other side. Okay, and then the pipe again. Now what happened with my pipe? Same deal there. Oh, good. We're in the up. Wait. Yeah, these aren't extended yet. This is perfect. Okay. Good, good, good. We don't have the settings in for these. That's very good. Alright, so got that, and then this again like that. Okay. And then just pointing this off. Good call. Sometimes I don't think things through, as you know. Alright, I think that's how we did that. It's just straight across. Yeah. Yeah, and then we've got a little bit of additional these guys on the ends here. What did I do here? We don't have the big ones. ATK. It's not that difficult once you get the hang of it. You know, the setting it up part where you have to like cycle through the mirror settings. Yeah, this thing. That's always fun. That does not go there. Alright, is that as far as I had gotten? No, there's one more little bit. I have to do this. Alright, that, I think, should be... Oh no, well we got this thing on top to do. Alright. These are not actually correctly mirrored. they should be. And by mirrored, I mean go like that, if I want to match that. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to call this merge block R, just so I can tell them apart. They're all going to go in the same group, basically. Hinge R. Hinge R. And then I'll set up all of their bits from the control panel. Should there be something right there? I feel like there should be. Yeah, there should be one of those things. Why are you there? Or why aren't you there, I should say. One of these things. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's set up the limits, and I'm probably going to have to manually move those pistons. Did I lose my group? Oh. Oh, wait, what happened? Hold on. Merge block L. Merge block L. Is there anything else get lost? No. No, okay. Just the merge block. Alright, and you should be off. And you should be off. Okay. Gonna redo these. Call them merge, just say merge blocks. And then the pistons. Let's delete that group and just say pistons. We'll rename everything later. Alright, velocity. Velocity on all pistons should be, yeah, -3 or -0.3. Alright, max distance should be that. Min distance should be that. I don't know if it actually changed it for the other two. It did not. Okay, here's how you have to do it then. Oh, okay. It was... Now I gotta remember how to do this. It was 7.34, I think. And this one is 2.35. So we just have to move it and then go 2.35. Alright, so that's that. And then the hinge. The hinges, let's delete. Just make this hingers. Alright, and then these didn't have many new settings. They just had the velocity of... We'll just set them to all to... Oops, shouldn't have done that. -1, that'll be fine. And then a lower limit of 0. That should be it. I don't need to copy and paste anything. We're good to go. Alright, then we need to redo the button panel here. Because we've got... I think I'm going to do this in this order. We're going to go merge blocks. And then... let's do rotors last. Reverse. Not hinges. Alright. I need to take a drink of water. It's because it's been too long since I've taken a drink of water. This is your opportunity to like the stream if you have not yet liked the stream and you're enjoying the stream. And consider subscribing if you'd like to get notified when I go live. Okay. Hold on, one more. For good luck. Okay. So, in theory now... no, not in theory. I need to adjust these first. But those should, in theory, move straight up to exactly where they need to be. Or... rather, they should... Yeah, there we go. So if I pull them back down, they should be exactly where they need to be. Okay. And then we can... attach. And... attach. Okay. Okay. Merge blocks off. Where are we going? Hinges up. Pistons up, rather. Rotors down. We are not moving at the same speed here. Interesting. Well, there goes the ship. It'll stop eventually. So that's going to be interesting because while it is transforming, assuming we have the thrusters in the pod itself, while it is transforming, there will not be many thrusters to hold it from moving. We will probably have to put some on the underside. And actually, that's a decent question. If I put a bunch of these down here, will it be able to kind of hold it in place while it's, let's just do a bunch of these. Are these enough to hold it in place while it's transforming? Hey, Toshiro. Yes, that's kind of the plan, it is somewhat Voyager-like, but not exactly. Alright. Merge blocks off. Hinges reverse. Pistons reverse. We'll have to figure out the timing properly. That's fine. And... almost. There we go. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good. Mirror mode's working again. Yep. It's gonna have, it's the merge blocks doing it, but it's gonna have thrusters and stuff, so. Alright, so here, I think the best thing to do is just that. That'll be fine. Or, actually, no, because we wanted, yeah, we wanted something more like this, and then maybe something like, no, we can't do that because that merge happens there, but what we could do is maybe go like that. And hit this up with the old light armor half slope corner base. And then we could take this back or do something. I don't know, we'll figure something out. This whole back part just looks dumb at the moment. We'll figure that all out. Alright, so we are currently in planetary mode. So, we're basically in atmospheric landing mode. And then we could do then we'll have a space mode, which is the raised up. Should I bother with the timer blocks now? Or wait until we've actually built these things up? Uh, did we determine that these things do or do not have connection points on them? Because if so, we actually could. Let's double check this. I know this doesn't look correct, but let's put all this back, make sure. Because then we could potentially do something different right here. Or not. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it as is. Did I have something different going on here, or no? I don't remember. I think I did. Let's do that. Maybe we'll put some other thing right there to make it better looking. On the back side, we could probably stretch this out a little bit more, because this will carry over a bit. This is going to have to be at least 3 wide. Probably 4 wide, because then we'll have 1 come down. Alright, let's double check that we're not merged together here. Okay. Pistons. Piston's not moving. Engine's not moving. So which thing that I just put in is the problem? I did undo the... Yeah, because that merge block turned on. That one... You know, we could easily just test this. Hang on. That is a... yield? Is that right? That's a yield module. Give me a... Oh, look at that. I put it right where it was. Alright, yield module. Mount points. Look at that. It does have mount points right there. Doesn't look like it, but apparently you can. So, that changes that. That changes that plan a little bit, huh? Did I not change the speed on these? They are at 5. Okay. They should go down to 3. That's why they're not lined up with the other one. Thought I did change that. So, indeed inconvenient. Because otherwise we just end up with like a... We just have kind of like a hole right there. Well, then this would be resting... that... No, I can't put glass on top, because then when it merges, it would be taking up the same spot as this. So... So I would still have to leave this space open here. I actually was thinking of putting glass there, but actually I think even if I put glass there now, this will merge to the side of it as if the glass was butted up against this when it merges. So I think we just kind of have to leave it. We just have to leave it. We could do, let's see. We can kind of make this... Actually, let me leave that on for a second here. Because we could... yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to change much. We could maybe do... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have left this on. What do you have here? We've got this. Yeah, okay. This is annoying. Turning it off. trying to think of what we could... Yeah, I don't really have a good... So what I was going to do over here was something like this, because I think that would be okay on top of that. We could do the same thing here, but I don't think I can get a... We'd probably have to do like this. Yeah, it's weird because this is here. If we took... what could we do? Okay. If we did like... we did like that. That's kind of cool looking. And I don't think that will merge to that when it comes down. Now, I also don't think it will merge facing the other direction. So let me recreate that over here real quick. That just gives us a little something to not be so boring. And then, what did I do on that side there? We just did this thing. Alright, let's bring it back down. And let's rotate it first since we're already up. Let's bring the hinges in. Now let's see if the those thrusters I added will be enough to stop it from moving. Nope. That's okay. Okay, so I don't think this will have merged there. That will not have merged. Yeah, everything's good on this end. So let's toggle those. Get my hinges. Then we could start with the pistons. We will most likely move a little bit more. You can see when the Eagle 5 starts going. Nope, I guess you can't actually see. Okay. So that probably didn't merge. That should not have merged. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's a good start there. And then we can still do some more stuff up top here to kind of maybe not merge, but like flatten this out a little bit. So it's not as weird looking up there, but we'll figure that out later. All right, so let's think about our cargo situation here. This one. All right, we need the regular tube. Let me not use these for a second. Let me just think through this with these. So if we're going... If I want my pod to go down to ground level, or do I not want it to be ground level? I think I don't want it to actually be ground level. So I think this is going to be the bottom of the pod. And I want it to be symmetrical. Actually, maybe I don't want it to be symmetrical. Because we could do the thrusters this way as opposed to this way. And fit several more of them. Although if we're already going to have a whole ton of them, it may not matter. Yeah, it's already going to be a whole bunch of them along the length of this thing, so... but if it's atmospheric, maybe we want to leave the room for some extra ones. So, now the fun part is, and I know Ayer's going to hate me, when it's up in the sky, when it's pointing upwards, I need downward facing thrusters, which means they kind of got to be inside of it, like this. If we just have them here, they're going to burn into the ship, unless I turn them off. Let's see. That might be large enough, because we've added some extra height to the ship. That we might be able to stick a large cargo in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5. We could stick a large cargo in it. We could also go... I actually kind of like the idea of them being, like, nestled inside of it like this. I don't know how big these things are with their thrust cone here. Oh, yeah, so even if they were, like, right there, they wouldn't burn a hole in the ship. That's a lot of thrusters coming out of there. They were buried on the inside of it like this. Although I was kind of thinking we would do like a... Well, I mean, these things kind of limit our shapes here, but we could kind of maybe... Let's see, if we were to put one in here, like, it could go like... It could truly just kind of sit right inside this whole thing. I think there's a risk. Well, no. I was going to say there's a risk of the hinges not being strong enough to lift the wings up in gravity if those are in it, but we wouldn't do it. We would configure the ship for ground before we went to the ground. And then yeah, so we could. So what I was originally thinking was we would have something like that, you know, with like a strut down the middle, and then some sort of a, you know, pod thing that maybe looked like this and had, you know, it's, you know, I don't know, had like curved, some sort of like, something like that on the corners and stuff, and then we would, you know, something like that. And then that would just kind of stretch out, and then we would have our, like, thrusters in it. But, you know, like a row of thrusters that way. We'd probably have to make it taller, so row of... Or maybe not. Like, row of thrusters this way. Which does not preclude the, sticking a cargo in it, actually. Because if we were to take... Out of here. If we were to take it like this, 1, 2, 3... Okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to think, how do I want front ones to go? We could go like boop, boop, like this if we made it this big and had the cargo behind it. That doesn't give me a whole lot of braking. Actually, that might be enough braking for us. These things are kind of strong. And so I think I miscalculated the height of this somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why did I do 4 tall? I mean, we could completely encase it. We almost kind of would have to because of the just the kind of size of things. But like, man, we could do something like that. And then hook these in, or like space them, you know, put something in between. And then this no longer really makes sense. This was a demo kind of a shape. I don't know. It did not need to have this exact shape. But like we could completely cover over them. Or we could try to make them part of the actual shape of the thing. So most likely what we would do is like carve this out. Don't completely... Oh, shoot. Did I just separate this thing? Yes, I did. Let's go fix the other side. Okay. Oh, the cargo containers aren't connected either, are they? Yeah, well. I guess they were. Options, options, options. Hmm. Well, I can tell you we're definitely not finishing this today. But... because I didn't even start to work on the back of the ship that I wanted to work on. Let's see. If it's going to be completely encased, we might as well just use these because we get more connections on them. But, that being said, do we want them completely encased for armoring purposes? And also, should I put heavy armor around them? Or should we just make these, I mean, they're pretty... they're actually pretty, they have a high integrity already, for the most part. So... yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of this. Why don't we embed these in there? Why don't we make them part of the... yeah, let's make them part of the structure. So you see them. It'll make this thing look a little bit thinner. So, what would we need to do? We'd need to go... how did I want... I need to map out where this is going to reside. hang on. So we want it to go down to there. This is the bottom of the thing, which would mean our cargo would be kind of in line with this. And then it would be surrounded by thrusters. So if I put one of them thrusters on the inside here, am I going to have to bother with anything? Probably not. I don't think it'll burn anything. Which means we're going to have a lot of thrusters in every direction. So our things are going to have to go like this. No? No? Yes? Yes. Alright. So we can do that. And we might as well, just for the sake of it, connect these together. Then we'll figure out what to do with that. Now what we'll probably do is, so that I can kind of armor around these things, we'll probably do something on the front of them. Something. That's all I can say is we'll do something on the front. Let's see, we don't really have a oh yeah. Yeah. If we did this, and then what thing am I looking for here? The thing I'm looking for doesn't exist, I don't think. This? That. Good enough. Then we're gonna need the old. Where's the old faithful? Here we go. Is that where I want it? Let me think it through. Let me think it through here. Where are my front? I'm gonna need more front-facing things. This isn't gonna be big enough. This is not going to be big enough. I could make it wider, or I could make it taller. I don't want to make it taller, because I can get this frustratingly awkward. I can get one on here. You know, I may rethink the cargo being in here, because it. Well, maybe I just want to rethink there being two cargoes in. Because let's also consider how ridiculous this is going to look sticking out that far when everything goes up. Okay. Pistons. Wait for it. Hinges. That's not what I was really going for. That's too high. It almost looks correct, like about halfway. But yeah, I almost need to bring them. I need to bring them in, and I'm going to have to switch which thrusters are active. Because we're going to have thrusters pointing in that don't need to be there. And then I'm going to need thrusters pointing up that don't need to be on when it is up. So yeah, I think we're going to scrap the whole... I might honestly scrap the entire cargo idea. So we don't actually need these things to be piped in. Well, let me put them back down. Let me see something. Yeah, I was trying to put them out far enough that the thrusters wouldn't damage the ship, but I don't think I can. These things will not attach up to, so they won't merge facing this way, which is good. So they could be turned off and right up against there. So yeah, we'll turn thrusters on and off. We need to pull this in, and I think I am going to push it all the way down to the ground. I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep with the cargo idea. We're just going to not use giant cargos, that's all. We're going to put small cargos in here. And then we can... we can figure out the rest of it as we go. Did I leave an extra piece hanging off here somewhere? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. So, let's just assume the center line is going to have some sort of cargoes in it. And that this is going to come down to that center line. But first, let's figure out keeping this as... Okay. If we go the ratio of, so the thing is, I can get more forward facing or forward pushing thrusters directly on the back. So not really worried about that. We could potentially put thrusters not exactly right there where it would be completely interior, but we could put them like in the spot under here so that we could have some more forward braking thrusters. So I feel like we could get more braking thrusters. So I'm good with that. I think I would like to have at least... Okay, where's the bottom? So this is the ground. So we would have thrusters there. And then if this was our cargo row, essentially. This is our row of cargo containers. Is that the same on the other side? It is. Okay. So that's going to be our row of cargo containers, let's say. And then maybe we go a little bit forward. like this, then I would want... So if we had thrusters... if we had a row here, and then thrusters along here, it's really gonna burn the ship for a minute. Maybe. That should not be merged. And then we could also have thrusters along there. And then how do I want to do that? Oh, yeah, okay. That's the ground. Yeah, I definitely don't like that. These things being two across really kind of sucks. It would be nicer, potentially, just to use this thing, because it is, I don't know, that's 3 by 2 by 4, isn't it? Oh, but the 3 is the correct direction. It's still too tall, though. Basically the same as those ones. Takes up the same space as the 3 that I just put there. But I guess we could put these ones along either side. Or either row, rather. We can move them up one. And I still would have the ability, based on this being the ground here, to do some sort of something to armor around them. Yeah, this is awkward. It's awkward and blocky, and I don't like how this is turning out. I mean, we'd still be able to armor around the bottom ones as well, because this is the ground level. And then along the bottom, we'd probably do some of these. And then potentially across the top, too. Who knows? Because... okay. Wait. Oh, that's right, because they reverse odd. Yeah, and then when they come together, they'd have to get shut off. Which would be fine. They would basically just reverse. They would do the reverse of whatever the inner ones here are doing. I think that is still potentially too big. You know, I'm getting close to saying this was a fun experiment, but I'm getting even closer to saying this was a fun experiment, but what's all clanging out here? Are the hinges not lining up correctly? This is about to smash into me, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. Come back to me. Okay, well, we caught one of them. Oh, we're still clanging a lot, though. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's still up there. Okay. Well, you know, I have not had an opportunity to fly this thing yet, so maybe we will take a quick walk through and fly it back by the other one. Oh, there's no thrust facing forward, is there? Or pushing forward. Okay. We're gonna have to do this like expanse style here. Oh, wait, I do have one braking thrust. That's right. Oh, I don't have to be flying backwards. I have one thruster going forward. I don't think, just looking at the side here, I don't think I actually caught the I don't think I caught it before the, before half of the thing blew up. So, on the right side there, half of my pod is gone. I'm guessing it's the same on the other side. I need a faster way out of here. Okay. Well, at least we didn't hit the Eagle 5. I assume... Oh, there's my... Well, there's half of it. Oh, no, that's... No. Yeah, I think we lost our, the bottoms of our, hinge, or rotors at some point. Alright, so this is the other one. I assume it... Did it also eventually connect? I guess it did. It eventually connected. Or is that the one I just left? I'm completely lost. I think they're identical at this point. Yeah. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking today might have been a bit of a wash. And that this is, having movable thruster pods is not as good of an idea as just like folding wings, essentially. And that maybe it would be better if we just didn't bother with too many movable parts. We could still do some movable parts, I guess. But at least most of the structure of the ship is intact. We just lost this up here, this corner. I wonder what happened to it. Do you think it smacked into the other side? I wonder what broke it. What caused it to explode? What caused the, presumably the thrusters to explode? Alright, so, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we are going to remove these, oops, excuse me. We are going to remove these. Which one? Actually, let's start with the original up here, because it's kind of... relative to the, I was going to say relative to the Eagle 5, it's better, but not really. Yeah, so we're gonna skip the foldable thruster pod idea. I kind of liked it. I thought it was a good idea, but I think it's just going to end up being a liability. I don't want it to be a liability. Unless we cut all thrusters. If we turned off all thrusters while it was moving, and then turned on the thrusters that we wanted. I think maybe my other problem is that it doesn't really look that good when they're up. It looks really good when they're down. It doesn't look that good when they're up. So, okay, we're scrapping the thrusters, the thruster pods. Sorry, everybody. They're going bye-bye. We will come up with a better idea. Where are you attached at? Right here? Yoink. We're going to create we will create new ones. I like the thruster pod on the side idea. Actually, I think it might be better to have thruster pods permanently affixed that are just like raised a little bit. Like, that are more like, something like around there, you know, something like that. That might look better with this ship. Maybe they should stick out a little bit further, but I think that would be better. You know. I've got a few minutes left. Why don't we not worry about this just yet, and instead get rid of all this. Get rid of my merge block. Yeah, we kind of did some stuff here too that I kind of want to keep. We can get rid of that merge block. Because, like, we could continue to do this, and this is heavy armored. This is not. That's probably okay. Nah, I have the right thing. And kind of keep that going. We'll do something on top here so it's not so flat. Or maybe we'll just make that a landing area or something. I don't know. This thing should go. That thing. Let's put this back. Was this? I don't think this was heavy armor. Oh, what was this? This was one of these. This thing? Yeah, I think it was this thing. Yep. Then what's on the end there? That looks like a... oh, are you not in this group? You have to be. You're the icon for this group. There you go. Okay. Kind of finish off that shape there. Okay, let's look at the front and see what we want to do to kind of finish this off. Let's get rid of that and that. I'm good with having some extra embedded downward thrusters in here, because if we're going to planets, we're probably going to want extra down, and we could maybe turn these off. They're misaligned. We could maybe turn these off when we're not, when we don't need them. I have to figure out how to align those. Let's see. Now this part, do we want it to actually make a shape like that? I guess it could, couldn't it? Let's take this to its logical conclusion here. Let's see, can we make this more interesting? We could... no, we don't want to do that. That wouldn't work. Yeah, no, I'm not... definitely don't want it misaligned. It's just because it mirrors incorrectly. Alright, then I might keep that like that. That almost looks like that's where we should have embedded our cannon right there. We could easily still do that if we wanted to. Probably going to do something like that, just to kind of break that up a little. Kind of make that reach out and grab that a little bit. And then, what if instead of that, we start doing this and then start... Ooh. Yeah, okay. I like this, because we'll start just slightly back. Boom. There we go. That kind of lines up. It's the same... That's not the same slope, is it? It is not the same slope as that. What is... Oh, yeah, because this... We were trying to line up with that thing. That's fine, then. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that. That's fine. Then back here... Let's see. If we're going to do, like, some sort of a pod... this could be more interesting than it is. Come back to that. Yeah, okay. And let's just get rid of all the thrusters for now. We could always... We'll carve out new spaces to put them later after we... Because they're kind of in the way of my stuff here. What did I do? There we go. Alright. Oh man, I am really curious if we could get... Because we've got this thick... Ooh, could... Oh, okay, hang on a second. I need to go back inside and rethink some things. Let's airlock that. Alright. Have to fix up the lights in here. So, what I'm wondering is, how hard would it be... We've just got a wall right there. If we just said... I'm gonna hate myself. We just put an airlock right there. I guess I was kind of thinking it was right. It was at this level, but what if we just put an airlock right there, or the one next to it, or the one next to it? I think maybe the one next to it would be better, because then we could do some... Oh wait, maybe we should do a... Oh yeah, okay. Alright, hang on. Hang on a sec. Let me put back in the piece that I just took out from here, which was this thing. Like that. What if we did, as an airlock right here... Have the doors? Where's the doors? What if we did... Give me the doors. Yes, there. Alright, what if we did a sliding hatch like that, and then a sliding half hatch right there. And then Let's see, what could we're going to want to make this probably this, just so that kind of lines up there, and then we'll have to figure out how that goes in. But then we could have a little, have to move our table corner there. Or maybe we don't. Maybe this is just like an emergency in and out. Or, what if we, I don't know how to get rid of that table corner. I guess it's fine. How did it look on the other side? Did I mess anything up over here? Nope. Actually looks pretty good there. We could have an airlock a little bit closer to the front there. Going the wrong way. Yeah, that's good. And then the fact that these doors close can help with the, you know, venting the place by accident. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's see, what time is it? I should probably finish up. Let me go back out real quick. We're always going to lose a little bit of air that looks like way too much air, but that's okay. Alright, how can we make that look correct? You are not the shape that I'm looking for. What would this shape look like that is doing that? That would be... That would be you. I don't think there's a better shape than this. So we might want to change how this part works. Or is there? Oh yeah, there's this one. So we could put that and then change how this works. What if we made it a little bit curvier? Actually. Kind of goofy looking, to be honest. There's rarely a situation where this block works better than this block, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I might leave that flat there, I think. Is that going to be... Should I kind of mimic that same thing on the underside, or just leave it? Let's leave it for now. We'll see next week if I despise it or not. Can we do the same kind of thing here? Or is it going to be weird? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with how this front part looks. But, maybe instead of that, keep that, and we do this. Then throw another one of these on there. Then maybe we do throw another one of these on here. Yeah, that's not bad. Then it's at least the same kind of slope there. And then I do think the bottom needs a similar thing just because this sticks out way too far. But we'll figure that out next time. We'll figure that out next time. I think this looks pretty good. So basically, all we accomplished today, if I'm being perfectly honest, is put a door right there. So, yeah. You know. I mean, we changed how this looks and how that looks. But that's about it. That's about it. So I guess next time on Thursday, we'll continue working on it. Now, I do want to get started on a new solo series, so I am going to say now, there is a possibility that between now and then I may jump in and work on this thing a little bit. Because I really would like to get this thing done so that I could get going on a new series. So, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I won't even have time. Who knows? But anyway, let me just say, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging out and humoring me while we tested this thing. Which honestly wasn't that bad. I'm going to try putting it back down and see what happens here. But actually, no, I'm not. I don't want this thing to go flying. But yeah, thank you for humoring me. And I will be back next Thursday for more of designing this ship. Where did the other one go? There it is. More of designing this ship. I actually didn't know if it was going to move or not. And next Friday with Elder Scrolls Online, and next Sunday possibly with Designated Survivors with just DNA. We'll see what's going on. And that'll be that. So, thanks everybody. If you haven't liked the video yet, please consider liking and subscribing if you'd like to get notified when I go live. And I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.